Pinball Hunter D, Special Win Bit, by Justin M. Bailey. Prelude, Creatures of the Night. What high scores they make! Damon Hunter had haunted and had occasionally feasted upon some of the finest, most infamous corners and dwellings that the modern age had to offer. Paris during the Terror, London during the impoverished, soot-soaked industrial age of Queen Victoria and Jack the Ripper. And of course, L.A. during the O.J. Simpson trial / Rodney King riots. He was sitting on top of a rooftop eating popcorn as all of Hollywood burned. Yet strangely enough, as modern haunts went, perhaps his most favorite, or at least most current, haunt turned out to be nothing like the rest. No, there was nothing, virtually nothing infamous or notorious, or even all that noisy, especially during the off-season, about the tiny, sleepy little upstate New York tourist town, forever known as Jefferson Lake. Jefferson Lake was quite simply one of the New World's most oldest of tourist destinations, and nothing more. But what truly fascinated, interested, and satisfied Damon most about Jefferson Lake was not just the majestic Adirondack scenery that most certainly rivaled that of the Carpathians back home. Not to mention there was a whole lot less gypsies and wolves. Nor was it the fact that Jefferson Lake had always drawn the most variety of people to its summer shores. Everyone from wealthy Manhattan-based one-percenters to upstate New York couples from Plattsburgh to Poughkeepsie to Rochester, juggling 3 kids and just as many jobs. Variety was never a problem whenever Damon felt like sitting down for a well-deserved summer snack. But rather, it was Jefferson Lake's abundant population in a rarer-than-rare, all-but extinct pastime, just like him. And that was the beautiful game of games, forever known as pinball. Damon Hunter absolutely loved pinball, and he loved it more, and he sought it out with a ferocity that rivaled that of virgin blood and Persian rugs. There, he said it. Somehow, in a nation and a culture and an entire flipping world where arcades were dwindling and declining and becoming extinct, even more so than the creatures of the night ever did, Jefferson Lake somehow had on its hands, on its Main Street tourist strip, not 1, not 2, not even 3, but count them, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 fully functioning video game arcades, fully equipped with Flippy Bird, yes, and Deal or No Deal machines, but also with pinball. 30 years of absolutely glorious pinball in a modern world so hopelessly lacking in fangs, in bite. Pinball was a leisure time activity that forced you to battle with something that centuries ago people used to have to battle with every single day. While waiting for your laundry to dry or your bowling friends to gather for a well-deserved beer, you'd pop in some quarters into an old Bally or a Williams if you were lucky. You'd pull the plunger and you'd do battle with something that you were never ever meant to defeat. The ball would fire and there'd be some boops, some bops, some spinners, ramps, and bumpers along the way, and maybe a lucky break or two along the way, but the game of pinball always ended inevitably the same, didn't it? It ended with you, the player, becoming drained and done. Something that Damon Hunter knew a whole lot about. In short, pinball was the only game around that forced modern players to wrestle with their own mortality. Something that even Damon Hunter, at no less than 500 years of age, had to wrestle with from time to time. In short, the modern world needed pinball, and perhaps Damon Hunter most of all. But that was before his most infamous and repugnant of uncles would once again rise from his grave to do what he had always historically done best. Take a shit on that which everybody loves most, while simultaneously stabbing it, impaling it right through the chest pump, once and for all. In the foul year of our Lord, 2013, for the 3rd time in its existence, all of pinball was about to go extinct. Even worse than a Mare LaGuardia and a Hurricane Ivan combined. If Damon Hunter and his pinball cohorts could not find a way to rise up and stop it.
You got the power. You got the might.
No way.
Get ready for battle.